So this anime is currently trending, and I've been seeing a lot of people talk about it all day today ever since this PV trailer dropped, and so I did a little bit of investigation. I was like, okay, what is this? Because I want to be completely blunt. I looked at the series, and this is the series right here. It's based on, a light novel. I was like, I've never heard of this series. I didn't even know it existed until this trailer came out today, and then after researching it a little bit, finding out a little bit more about what the story is about, and who is going to be working on this, it's starting to make a lot more sense why people are actually excited for this anime. And I want to take a few moments to talk about this because honestly, I think anyone that watches my channel knows I may like some good action, like some really good action series, but one thing I really love is a good slice of life. A really good slice of life romance story. I am a big sucker for those. I enjoy them. I don't always talk about every single slice of life series that comes out every single season because it is very hard to kind of talk about them in an episodic manner, but one of my favorite type of anime to watch is a slice of life series, especially when it comes to manga. I love reading slice of life manga. And so, like, when I saw this, it's like, okay, after reading the synopsis, yeah, it's pretty good. So let's get into that. What is this about? When it's coming, when is it coming out? Who's working on it? Let's just get into all of this. So first off, this is an anime that is going to be apparently coming out this July for 2024, and it's being made by A1 Pictures, aka, pulling up their studio here. If you don't know who A1 Pictures is, they are working on quite a few things, or they have worked on quite a few things over the years. I mean, SAO, they worked on Your Lie in April, Erased, the original season of Seven Deadly Sins. They have worked on quite a few classics, even Kaguya-sama, so to speak. They are quite a popular studio. They do have some downsides, obviously. Sometimes their series can flop and not be good, but overall, for the most part, A1, at least in these last few years, they have been really just straight up excellent. Like, I think anyone that has watched their latest stuff can agree that their content and the anime they have released has been good. Now, to be fair, even if the studio has been releasing content that's really good, it really does come down to the team that is working on it. And upon investigation on who is working on this series called Too Many Losing Heroines, I found out that the team that is working on it is this individual. This is the director, and I'll show you who he is. This guy is his first time ever directing a series. Like, he is directing this new anime here, and it's his first time ever directing, and apparently he worked on the Kaguya anime. Some of their best episodes, honestly. For instance, like episode 10 of Kaguya. He also went on to be an episode director as well, and storyboarder. So clearly this individual is relatively new to the industry, but definitely made a name for themselves in the field for Kaguya. And, seeing their, hand at work of what they did for Kaguya, it's pretty interesting to see maybe what vision they might bring to the table, so to speak, for this new anime that A1 Pictures is working on. Now, obviously, this is his first time really directing a show, and so it's going to be the first time to really see what this director has to bring to the table. But once again, going on what we know from this individual, they have worked on some pretty good stuff. So I'm curious to see what kind of vision they'll bring. And, taking a hard look at this PV trailer we got today, the storyboarding to the way the art is done and the backgrounds and the way the directing of the trailer is, it's really good, honestly. The only thing I saw people really kind of complaining about or questioning about was the multiple bows on the characters, and I think that's just a part of the actual series. That isn't the director's decision. It's just character design from, the actual light novel. But that's the only complaints I've really seen about the series. People's like, why is there so many bows on these characters? It looks really weird once you notice it. But I am looking forward to seeing what the director brings to the table. But obviously, that wasn't enough to really get me interested in the series, because obviously we gotta talk about the synopsis, but also the other staff. Some of the other key staff members that is working on Too Many Losing Heroines is actually from 86. Like, for instance, people that, was working on 86's anime and different other stuff that A1's worked over the years, like Kaguya, for example, is going to be working on this anime. And anyone that knows how fantastic 86 was as a show knows that staff, they were juiced. They pumped out some absolutely incredible stuff. Even with every hurdle that they had to overcome with the delays and hiatuses and all that and the production delays and stuff, they were still able to deliver a product that honestly, in the past like 5 to 6 years, still one of my top 10 favorite anime. Easily, maybe even top 5. It is legitimately a fantastic show, and I am patiently awaiting a season 2 announcement one day. But regardless, 86 was great. They cooked. And some of the staff members from that coming to this project automatically makes me excited. We have this director from Kaguya-sama, we have staff that's worked on Kaguya-sama and also 86 and other different major projects over the years. It really does seem like this series is probably going to be excellent. Now, I'm even seeing people that are in the animation side of things, like, Sakuga community, talking about it seems like the production of the series is good. Now, I don't know if that's true, that can change, but that's what I have seen, so that's pretty good news if that is indeed the case, and it's, actually truthful, there isn't no misinformation or whatever, so it seems like production might be healthy, and that's nice to see, because, A1 Pictures in general, they've had obviously kind of a rocky past few years when it comes to the production schedule. Let's think of last year, with Nier, they've had to constantly delay stuff. And when you take a moment to think about that, it's because of COVID and other things, trying to find animators, and it seems like maybe they're finally starting to catch up with production thanks to all those delays they had last year. So I think that probably has affected the series probably to be, even better than it possibly could have been. Now, besides all of that, let's get into the actual plot. So, the overall description of the plot here on, my anime list really doesn't do it justice, because I read someone's, brief description on it on social media, and they basically said that the story of the series, it might seem at first glance when you look at the trailer what it's about, all of these girls, and how the title is called Too Many Losing Heroines, you might instantly want to draw a connection to 100 Girlfriends. You might think that this could be 100 Girlfriends, or it might be something to where it's going to be a harem, and just the main character is just going to have a bunch of girls after him. That is apparently not the case with this story. Actually, the story is about girls that are experiencing heartbreak. They, get rejected by the person that they love, and, they've been crushing on for a very long time. And think about it like this. Think about like a romance story, okay? And you have 3 different girls that the MC has to choose, okay? Obviously, the cover girl and the main girl, the first introduction girl, is going to win, okay? And that means the other 2 girls are basically going to get rejected. I believe, from what I understood, that this series is about those characters within those stories that get rejected. For instance, the girls that, are always competing with other girls, they get rejected, and then we get to see kind of how they process those feelings and what they do next with their lives. And that's where our main male character comes in. He comes in to be able to, let the female characters vent and express their anger or sadness or whatever they need to express, and, he tries to help them along the way. Now, he doesn't do this because he has romantic feelings for them, he just does this because he wants to help them out, and it's an interesting perspective. It's not like it's going to be a harem or anything from what I've been told, so it seems like it's going to be legitimately a pretty engaging series that might give a different perspective of just, support characters that just never win in the end. So if that is really what the series is going to be about, I'm actually looking forward to it. I think it legit can actually cook, and that this might be one of those series that's going to come in swinging really hard and blow everyone away. There's a lot of romance series in the last few years that have really come in very hard and made quite a name for themselves, and I think that this is probably one of those series that could potentially do just that as well. But yeah, I wanted to bring this to people's attention. I found out about this today. I had no idea what the series was until I researched it today, but after finding out about it, I'm pretty excited. I actually am really looking forward to this series for this July, so once more information comes out and all that, I will let you all know. Well, with that, I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. It does help me out a lot, and I would greatly appreciate it. And with that, Chibi out.